I want to talk about a bit of a kind of a difficult subject. I'm going to try to approach this delicately as I can. I think it's really good to be aware of spiritual psychosis. And it seems most of us who go through this spiritual awakening and spiritual journey, we all get a touch of spiritual psychosis at one point. I have too, if it makes you feel any better. And it's interesting, we're able to ground when you get out of a toxic environment, when you go. It's really interesting how much you can look at that and realize that and unpack that. And it's also important to forgive that. But it's also good to be aware of it. And I feel like with spirituality, it's incredibly important to be grounded, but also be in tune with the spiritual sense as well. It's a balancing act. And when you first wake up, you go up really high, really, really high. And you might get a little stuck there. And I remember when I first was pulled into the New Age movement, or as I sometimes call it, the New Cage movement. Because unfortunately, while there is so much truth and wisdom in the New Age movement, the thing is there's also a lot of tricks and traps and things. Ego traps. Conniving traps are the ego spiritual traps. I mean, I know, I've experienced them myself, and I've really learned a lot from that and from that time. The thing is, a lot of the New Age movement also becomes similar to like a religion. And while I don't dog people for their religious beliefs, I like when people can respect my beliefs and I respect theirs. I think that's important. So my piece of advice is just really focus on grounding, especially when you feel like you might be losing some touch with reality. And that is not to disregard cool, spiritual, unexplainable moments. I've experienced so many of them. And has changed my perspective and brought my belief in God, spirit, the universe, things like that. I believe in a lot of different things. So I'm not discrediting those things. All I am saying is to just be aware and have a healthy balance with it. But in a way, it seems like we're all supposed to go through the spiritual psychosis like it's a moment of growth that we're supposed to do. Like, oh, that was me a few years ago. Who was that person? So keep going on your journey and do your best. That's all you can do.